So this is my Instagram profile, and this is a picture I took last week, and it got 74 likes. Ooh, I am pretty big on social media. But what does my social media profile say about me? Who does it say I am? Do you know, I think I'm pretty consistent when it comes to social media. In fact, I had a conversation with one of the teenagers that comes to our church, and she said to me, Andy, you're pretty real when it comes to Instagram. And we had this big conversation about social media and stuff. And, you know, we live in an online world that is filtered and edited to perfection. We're looking at everybody else's highlights while we're sat there with our faces covered in dribble, with a double chin, and we're comparing our backstage to everybody else's highlight and filtered and edited pictures. And it can make ourselves feel pretty bad about ourselves. Did you know that 94% of teenagers check their social media profile every day? And in fact, 100% of teenagers who are on social media check it at least once a week. We are spending loads of our time on social media. And I want you to ask yourself a question. What are you there for? What are you doing? For such a time as this, why are you on social media? I want us to look at the Bible together, and it's Colossians 1, verse 27, and it says this: to them, God has chosen to make known among the Gentiles. Gentiles were people who weren't Jews, so we could say actually they're people who aren't Christians. So to them, God has chosen to make known among the people who aren't Christians the glorious riches of this mystery, to which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. You see, if you're a Christian, Christ is in you, and he is the hope of glory. It's not Christ and you, it's Christ in you. Therefore, if you are a Christian, you are a carrier of hope. So what does it look like for you to be a carrier of hope in your everyday life? In your everyday life, where 94% of us are spending time on our social media, what does it look like for us to be hope carriers on Instagram, on Snapchat, on YouTube? I want to suggest that it's not preaching all the time. It's not just putting Bible verses out there or snapping selfies of yourself at church or at youth group. It's about posting from a place of security in Christ, not from a place of insecurity for likes. It's about pausing before you post that reply to someone who's trolling you. It's about being authentic in who you are and who God says you are. I think it's about taking seriously the role that God has for us for such a time as this on social media. God has called you to be a carrier of hope. It says Christ is in you, the hope of glory. I wonder, could you take some time today to consider, what does it look like for your social media profile to be Christ in you, the hope of glory? What does it look like for you to be a carrier of hope online today?